so all of my thoughts be dark like coal. Face down in the water, I float. I try to speak my mind, but I choke. I'm on the tightrope. Tired, I can't cope. No lying, no hope. The lying might show up to the party. Y'all don't want smoke. Energize the body. Raise up the arm right now.
Okay, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and today's video we're going to do something different. We're going to talk about motivation and how to sort of get motivated and stay motivated for the year ahead. And January is the time where a lot of people join the gym, New Year's resolutions, but by the second or third week you see a dip in their gym memberships. So today's video I'm going to give you a few tips on how to stay motivated and how to keep on top of your progress. So as always, don't forget, drop this video a like, subscribe and hit that notification button. Let's get started. Okay, so a good way to stay motivated, and it's something I'm doing myself, is to sort of track your workouts. And normally people do this via a journal, piece of paper or a logbook, but I'm doing it via my app, which is available for all my online clients. And it's just easy for me to keep things in one place. And you can also compare workouts from previous weeks to see your progression up or down. And it's very simple to use. The thing is, you've always got your phone on you, even when you're training, so it's easier, makes sense to have everything on one platform. My workouts are sort of planned for the next 8 weeks. So that is a good way to sort of stay motivated, by logging your workouts, keeping a track of all your weights and reps, and it just keeps you motivated, keeps your sort of workouts more productive. Okay, so I've been training sort of a long time, longer than Liam's been alive, and more. And it's something you gotta, at the end of the day, you gotta love doing. And you know, when you love doing something, you don't really look at it as a chore. So talk to Liam, how you've been training like 3 or 4 years?
Yeah, well, it's more like 5 now.
5 years,
but,
yeah.
It's always been something that I really, really enjoy. It's something that I always say that what I do is my 2 favourite pastimes, training and editing videos, and especially with what we're doing right now, we're kind of combining the 2, you know? So it's not really something that I struggle with personally, but I do know a lot of people that, well, they say they're going to do something for 2-3 weeks and then that's it. On the flip side, what I tend to struggle with is more the diet kind of thing. So,
and you realise the importance that they both go hand in hand.
100%. I mean, it's been what, 2-3 weeks since I started focusing on my diet a hell of a lot more. And here we are, we've just set, I mean, we've got it on my camera, not yours, but 3 sets of 5 on 100 kilos, which is baby weight to some, but to me that's very good progress, you know.
And Liam's been following the same program that I've been doing, that I've set for myself. And that goes to show that his weights have gone up. The program is working, we're doing the same exercises at the beginning, and his bench press has gone up significantly.
Massively,
doing more sets of a heavier weight, and he's done 3 sets of 5 today on 100 kilos. So that's a big progression.
Massive, yeah. I couldn't do that on 85, 90 when we started a few weeks ago.
Siege and we back in your town, burning it down. You've been waiting too long for the sound. Time is now, got you hanging.
Okay, so another way of staying motivated is to plan your workouts, and this is something I've been doing recently, and I find it's definitely working, and it keeps you sort of making each workout productive. You know exactly what you're doing. You don't sort of shy away, start doing random exercises for the sake of it. When you know, you say doing 4 exercises for the chest, that's all you're doing. And it stops you from doing too much jump volume, which is unnecessary sets. So stick to the plan and watch the progression there every week. And that is definitely one motivating tool you can use.
Single word, verb and now. Give you what you been waiting for now. What you praying for? That's the type of you slaving for. Get you another hit. I know you craving more. I'm in this Super Saiyan boy.
Okay, so I've been training for over 30, probably 35 years. Well, when I say that, that's a long time. It is a lifetime. And initially, when I first started training, was for competitive reasons. So I started competing at the early age of like 16. So every year I'd pick a competition and I would sort of aim to compete at the end of every year. Obviously I'd have to qualify, but that was sort of my motivating factor for about 25 years. So this year I'm hitting a big milestone in my birthday. So this is a big motivation for me to sort of look my best, and like they say, age is just a number. So a little motivating tool I use when I do a set, yeah. So if it's a set, I don't say I'm gonna aim to do 8 reps. I'll say I will do 8 reps. But today I will do 10 reps.
Oh, come on. Easy half life. 6, 7, come on, 8.
Black out, back out, wait up, might wake up, stay up, they gon' get it, they gon' take us, raise up, we got color, they tryna gray us.
See what I mean? Told myself I'm gonna do 10 reps, I did 10 reps.
You are now listening to the greatest.
Okay, so we're talking about on the subject of motivation, and what I find having the importance of a good training partner. So me and Ricky, we've been training on and off for the past probably 5 or 6 years. And I can honestly say we've never had one bad session, have we?
I can't think of one.
5 or 6 years, and that proves how important having a great training partner is. Not only just to spot you, but to motivate you. And when someone's got a love for training, you instantly feel that sort of energy and that passion, and it makes you want to train, it makes you want to put the work in. So one good motivating tool is to find yourself a great training partner. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, firm believer. Who you train with can make or break your session, because you might come to the gym completely up for it. You've done everything right, you've got all your food right for the day, you've had a good sleep, you know what, you've turned up on the day and you want it. And then somebody else who you normally train with, or you might just train with on that day, comes in and you've got to carry them throughout the whole session because they're just moping around or they haven't got any energy. They might have any niggles or injuries, which we've had a few of our training partners that have mentioned it once or twice.
And it does sort of bring the vibe and the energy of the workout down.
Yeah. When you bring in the intensity to the session, there's an energy about the session that if that energy can carry on throughout the whole session, you will have a 10 out of 10 awesome workout, and someone can very, very quickly bring that workout down and bring your energy down because of how they're being. So one of the biggest motivating tools, like you said, on top of everything else, is when you've got a good partner. They're pushing you and they know exactly how you're training, taking you just above your limits, pushing you to your limits. Fucking hell, fucked up there.
Also, and it's also having a training partner that knows exactly what you're thinking. So sometimes Ricky will know what exercise I'm going to do without even asking me, and how many sets I'm doing. And sometimes also, it's when someone's spotting you, they're not giving too much of a spot or not enough. So that is one thing you need to look for, someone who gives the proper spot. Nothing worse than doing a set, then there's not enough spot and you foul too soon, or vice versa.
And you feed off each other's energy. So if you both got a good energy, you feed off each other's energy, you're both going to have a good workout every single time. And that's why me and Si have never had a bad workout, because we know each other so well.
Exactly. So another tip is find yourself a great training partner. So if you want to come down to Ultimate Fitness, grab myself or Ricky for a session. We're always up for a great leg session. So another great motivating tool is, we've all got different tastes, but music, I find when I play music that's got high energy, it's got good beats, preferably I like to train with rock music. I know that's not everyone's cup of tea, but so with a good energy, a good vibe, it really gets me going. So I like rock bands like Five Finger Death Punch, AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, something that's really going to get your vibes going and want to train hard. So music is definitely a great motivating tool to use. So put some heavy metal tunes on before a leg workout, and I guarantee you'll want to train hard. Easy! Okay, so the last sort of motivating tool I would use is just to take progress photos, and obviously everyone's got access to a phone now, so take photos, either weekly or fortnightly photos of your progress, especially if you're doing like a transformation, body transformation, or obviously if you're dieting for a competition. I think it's really important to track your progress via photos, measurements, and also scales. So when you're sort of getting leaner and leaner, don't just use scales as an indication to fat loss, take photos. And sometimes, especially at the beginning of a prep or a transformation, when you're sort of out of shape, you don't really want to take photos, but I really believe it's important to take photos right at the beginning so you can see your progress on a weekly basis. And there'll be some weeks where you don't see any progress, but when you look back and you see photos from the beginning, you will see definitely the changes. So use your photos as a motivating tool for your progress. So back in the day when I did used to compete many years ago, before a session, I'd sort of watch a few, this is how long ago we're talking, I used to watch the VHS tapes of Blood and Guts, which is Dorian Yates's training video. And he filmed this video, I think it was prior to the 1996 Mr. Olympia, and it was filmed in black and white at Temple Gym. So it was all filmed in a dark dungeon. It was like a fly in the wall documentary. There were no lights, no makeup. It was just a raw, unedited video of Dorian training. And I have to say that's probably, of all the videos that I made today, it's probably the one that stuck in my mind most. And a lot of bodybuilders have said the same thing. I think it's just because it was sort of not rehearsed. It was just a fly in the wall documentary of how brutal the workouts was. And I remember before I'd have a leg session, I'd replay the video and watch how Dorian would train. And it sort of makes you want to sort of emulate that same workout. So that's a good motivating tool. If you do struggle to find motivation, watch some old Blood and Guts training videos. I guarantee that'll fire your workout. Okay, so the last sort of motivating tool I'm going to talk about today, and this is sort of very relevant to me. It's to sort of probably document your, if you're doing like a 12-week transformation or a prep or a fitness journey, that's a really good idea to sort of document it, film it for YouTube or for your own sort of progress record. So I've been sort of doing this now for the past probably 4 weeks, and not being sort of, I do sort of watch the videos just to see how each session has gone, and obviously you can gauge by each workout how much you need to lift for the next workout. But so that's definitely a great tool to sort of monitor your progress and just keeps on track of your training really. So that's one thing I would use, just record workouts, put on YouTube or whatever you'd like to use, but definitely use that. So thanks for watching the video, and hope you've took away some of the tips and techniques I've talked about today on how to motivate your future workouts. So hopefully I've still got another 20, 30 years of training in me. So it is important to stay motivated and important to keep on top of your game. So as always, don't forget to drop this video, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Put your feet on the ground, look around, it's the siege and we back.